welcome to another OurAutoExpert.com video. I'm Nick Miles, this is Ryan Hennon, and we are driving the brand new Jeep Wrangler in Arizona. We're going to talk to the very perfect dream team who put this car together and find out how you can accessorize it for 2018. All in this upcoming amazing video.
There had to be a reason for every change. We couldn't just change it to change it. We wanted to change it to make it better. So there's things that we kept about the vehicle that we loved. For instance, the round vents. We love them because they're, you can aim them literally everywhere. And plus the circle fits your sleeve, so when you're cold and you're in Moab and it's freezing, you can put your hand right on the vent. It was really important for us to make the vehicle a lot more comfortable. The Wrangler's always had the best off-road capability, but we wanted to make sure that it was more livable than ever before.
So one of the things that customers did not like about the previous versions of the Jeep Wrangler was the amount of noise and the uncomfortable freeway driving. The brand new one is extremely smooth and extremely quiet. All I can actually hear is wind noise. I was super surprised that there are many sedans on the market today that aren't as quiet as this Jeep Wrangler.
So one of the reasons why the new 2018 Wrangler is so quiet is because they spent a lot of time in the wind tunnel making sure that the windshield and grille are raked back to improve the aerodynamics and coefficient of drag by over 20%.
Obviously, the geometry of this vehicle was a big deal. So approach, departure, breakover angle, when you're doing a lot of rock crawling, that's a big deal so you don't get hung up on anything.
Right.
Those are all improved over today's Wrangler.
Have you driven these courses in the old Wrangler and this one and seen how different they feel?
I have. You can definitely tell a difference. Another big item is the maneuverability of the Wrangler. So we actually increased the wheelbase on this vehicle, and that was for some other reasons, but what we didn't want to do was lose the turn circle maneuverability. So even though we increased wheelbase, we were actually able to decrease the turn circle through some of the steering angle geometry that we have. We also went wider, so on the heavy duty axle, we're wider than the current version. One thing that we really try and work on and address is the pedal count. So you're controlling that pedal and you have to modulate going up these events, right? And your ability to modulate's really what's allowing you to just kind of walk up all these rocks. When you're doing this activity, it can be unnerving because all you're seeing is sky, right?
Yeah.
And you see his hands going left.
When is the virtual windshield coming? Feathering that gas. I have a little bit of an advantage, is that, not much, but I spent a lot of my career driving a 911 vehicle, which was a F350 turbo diesel. So
okay.
I'm a little used to playing with these things. So how strong are these skid plates? Because I feel like I'm chewing them up as we drive.
So it sounds a lot worse. They can take a lot of punishment. So we designed the skid plates to ensure they can take the the loads that it will see.
Right.
So we'll go half GVW.
Right.
Make sure it goes by. So usually on a lot of these rocks, it sounds like you're tearing things up, but no.
So you did 4 million miles in these vehicles to test them. How much of that was off-road? It was a lot of time off-road.
There was a lot of off-road time. We did development trips specifically off-road in mind. Whether it was, we did a lot of work here in Arizona. There's a lot of trails here in the American Southwest that we go on for rock crawling. Certainly we did Moab. We did the Rubicon Trail.
So what about snow and...
yes, so for the cold, we were in Alaska last winter. So make sure we could go across ice fields. We'll go through drifts, make sure it performed well there. We did mud work.
Did you get to choose whether you did the hot or the cold? I would have not chosen Alaska.
Well, we had to do them both, so Have to make sure we're good.
Takes you a long time to go anywhere though this way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can take a while, but what I've found, most people, when you take them out and you go wheeling for a while, it's very addictive. So someone who's never done this before, they'll look at some of the obstacles like what we just did, and their first reaction is there's no way on earth this vehicle is going up. And you take them up, and then after a while of it, they are just all about doing off-road. They love it. It's a fun, you know, it's a fun thing to do, whether it's with your buddies. There are families that do this.
Right.
I was on Rubicon Trail in August, and there were a number of families that went through pulling an off-road trailer, and they had their kids in the back and all their camping gear in the trailer. It was pretty awesome to see.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please go to ourautoexpert.com, testmiles.com, or click that little subscribe button below. And if you don't, Ryan doesn't get the money to go to see a chiropractor. Whee!